Hey, welcome to Strickland's and Friends.
Today we're making macaroni and cheese. And why are we making macaroni and cheese?
Well, one of my patients, I was trying to coach him towards a whole food, plant-based diet. He had some really good reasons to go in that direction. And his first response, I mean, it was just like that, was, we're going to have to do something about mac and cheese. He was going to have a hard time giving it up.
Okay, so we're making mac and cheese to show you, yes, you can make mac and cheese that is not bad for you. So I already have pasta boiling over here. And in a minute, when the timer goes off, I'm going to add some broccoli to the last minute or so of it cooking. Let's stir it before it boils over.
Now, throwing in that broccoli at the end, that's kind of a bonus.
Yes, you don't have to add the broccoli. If you don't like broccoli, you could add peas. You could just leave it out and just make a plain old mac and cheese. But I like broccoli. I think broccoli with mac and cheese tastes really good.
So so throwing the broccoli into the boiling water at the very end, you're just boiling it for about
a minute.
A minute?
A minute.
That's very much like parboiling. What's parboiling?
It's not boiling something completely. Partially boiling. Parboiling. So it's just partially boiled. So what we're doing is just boiling it for a minute so it's not raw, but so it's a little easier to eat, and yeah, it'll still have all the nutritional value in it. Anyway, okay, so let's work on starting the sauce before the pasta gets done. So we have butternut squash mac and cheese. So we're taking a heaping cup of cubed butternut squash, which this is raw. I already steamed the same amount just a few minutes ago. And when I say steamed, hold that for a second. There you go.
I'm good for something.
You are good for something. I used a pot like this with a little bit of water in the bottom and just a little steamer basket like that. So we just stuck a steamer basket in it, and it's just cooked for about 8 to 10 minutes. And you want to put a fork in it and see if it's done, but you're just boiling for 8 to 10 minutes. So this is definitely done. So I'm going to add it to the blender. And then I'm also adding in 1/3 cup of cashews. These are raw cashews that have been, you could soak them for several hours. You could boil them for like 10 minutes and then drain them. Same thing. So
soak them just in straight water.
And if you have a high-speed blender like a Blendtec or a Vitamix, you don't have to do that. But I still like to, even though I have a Vitamix, I still like to do it anyway, just because it, helps the cashews blend better, I think. It makes them creamier. Okay, and then we have 1.5 cups of non-dairy milk, any non-dairy milk you like, although I would think soy milk, cashew milk, almond milk would probably work better. This is flax milk. I probably wouldn't try rice milk because rice milk has kind of a sweet flavor to it, and I don't think anybody really wants sweet mac and cheese. So that doesn't sound very good, really. So, but most of the other non-dairy milks, aren't quite as sweet, but rice milk has a sweet flavor just naturally. And it goes without saying, hopefully, that you don't buy the vanilla flavor because that would be gross. Okay. How much time is left? Not much time. Okay, so we have the non-dairy milk. We have whoa, there went the lemon juice. Good. Okay. Is that the half a tablespoon? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder. You could also use cornstarch, potato starch, any kind of thickener, but tapioca starch, that kind of thing. This is arrowroot. It'll do the same thing. So that's 2 tablespoons. Let me get that all out of there. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, iodized sea salt. You don't have to use salt if you're on a low sodium diet. You can leave that out. And we have 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast, which nutritional yeast is that thing that makes non-dairy cheeses taste like cheese. So
it's a fungus.
It is a fungus. There's a fungus among us, but it is not baker's yeast. It's not brewer's yeast. So it's a little different from that. Okay. And then we have 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice, which is like not quite 1/2 lemon, but 1/2 lemon. Go with that. And 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. So one. And not quite two. It won't come out. There it goes. All right, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and I'm just using this kind, Whole Foods, organic, 365 brand. All right. And then we're going to blend it up. I think that's everything. Let's see, where's the lid? There it is. And in 25 seconds, we add the broccoli. So let me stir it really fast. Okay. So there's a lot of ways of making vegan cheesy things, but nutritional yeast is usually involved. So, and it's definitely not a bad thing. It usually comes with lots of added B12. So there goes the timer. Okay. So that means we're adding the broccoli into the pasta as it's cooking, and then give that a stir. And we're just going to go for 1 minute on that. There we go. And then that's good. And just let it cook. And then while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and whirl up the cheese sauce. Okay.
Hey,
so,
could you use lime juice instead of salt?
You could, but I've never tried lime. The dehydrated lime that we have might work. Actually, the lactic acid would also be an interesting touch. Stop and scrape it down. So the butternut squash gives it that nice cheesy color, like orange.
So we often use lime juice to substitute for salt because I'm trying to avoid salt as best I can because I've got blood pressure in my family. Well, does lemon juice hit those same
problems? Oh, that means that the pasta is done. So lemon juice and lime juice both do the same thing. So yes, whirl that up one more time. There we go. All right, yes, lemon and lime juice both can be used in place of salt, but there's lemon juice in here already and there's not much salt. It's not a huge amount of salt. All right, so we're draining this. And then while that sits in the sink draining, oh, there's a piece of pasta still in there. I can get it out. Okay, so put it back on the burner. All right, while that is draining over there, we're going to add this into the pot and let it cook a little bit to thicken up. Taste it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll let that thicken up a little bit.
So you're on a 7.
So stand here and stir that for just a second because I want to talk about, so if somebody is still transitioning and trying to find plant-based macaroni and cheese options, there are other options that you can get at the store. So this one, Banza, is a plant-based mac and cheese with chickpea pasta, and let's see, it involves adding 1/3 cup unsweetened dairy-free milk and possibly a little bit of vegan butter, like 2 tablespoons of vegan butter to make it richer. And then another option is this one, Howl Mac and Chef, a deluxe classic cashew mac and cheese. So this is available. There's another brand called Daya that also you can buy at the store. And the sauce is already made. I think this one has the sauce already made in here too. And you just open the You just open the sauce packet and add it. So yes, it does have it all in there. So, you know, those are options. Daya, this. There's several different non-dairy mac and cheese options out there at the store. I like making it with mac and cheese because, making it with mac and cheese, making it with butternut squash because I know what's in it that way. Like I made it myself and I know what's in it, but there are options you can buy at the store as well.
Yeah. But when you make it yourself, I tell you, this is really, really good. But if you go eating it thinking you're going to get the exact mac and cheese flavor, that's not what you're going to get.
It's close.
It's close, and it's
close.
really
It's
tasty, and it hits the same buttons with the creaminess, and what comes across is a little bit of sharpness, like you would expect in cheese.
Right. Is it getting thicker?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so we can we'll go ahead and add the drained pasta and broccoli back into it. Definitely want to get all that water out so it doesn't thin your sauce out too much. There we go.
So what are these pasta called?
Reginetti.
So we believe strongly in playing with your food. This is a funny shaped pasta that I've kind of gotten to where I like. It's got these ridges on the side that seem to hang on to sauce a little bit.
So
it's not the traditional elbows.
It's this one, whole grain Reginetti, that we found at Whole Foods today. So sfoglini pasta, and it says it is vegan and non-GMO on the back. So, and organic. So that's good. And it's 12 ounces. So you're using 12 ounces of pasta with this recipe. How does that look?
Well, it's coated for sure.
Ooh, yum yum. Okay. And then you want to put some in a big bowl.
Sure.
So you could eat it just like this. And maybe top it with some, if you have leftover butternut squash, just roast it and toss it on the top. Or maybe some microgreens or some of our vegan Parmesan to make a video of our vegan Parmesan. And then, this is delicious, just like this. Here, I'll let you taste it. Give you a spoon. See what you think. Ooh, pumpkin seeds would be
That's
good
really
on
good.
Yeah.
I love the creaminess.
Pumpkin seeds would be really nice on that too. Pumpkin seeds and maybe some microgreens. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yum. Lunch.
But very much does that kind of mac and cheese thing of warming you from the inside. Now that swallow I just had, I can just feel how it's kind of coating my esophagus a little bit. It just feels nice and warm. It's a good day for it.
This is good.
So
Get my own bowl.
So enjoy your mac and cheese. I hope we gave you some ideas of how you might play with the recipe. Try a few different things, a few different vegetables. Let us know in the comments what you do, please.
And maybe we'll make some more mac and cheese videos.
Yep, there's more than one way to do it.
There is. Lots
It is
of them.
play.
Play with your food.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Bye.